everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about Disneyland Paris and my top 5 tips, so let's get into it. So my first tip is to pre-book PhotoPass. It can be quite expensive when you're out there to buy individual ride photos or character meet and greet photos. Some people I find just taking photos on their phone, and you can still do that, but if you are interested in doing a PhotoPass, if you've booked for a tour operator or Disneyland Paris direct themselves, it is worth thinking about adding on a Disneyland PhotoPass before you get there. Tip number 2 is eat at weird times. For most parks I think this is fair anyway, but especially with Disneyland Paris I do notice that it being in Europe, most people do sort of stick to their set sort of meal times. So if you're wanting lunch, maybe have an early lunch at 10, 11 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, for example. If you're wanting dinner, maybe go at 7 or 8 o'clock, or super early, like 4 o'clock. We ate a couple of times, just at like early sandwich and stuff, and it was a lot quieter to eat at like 4 o'clock before sort of the big dinner rush. And then you're going to be able to go and enjoy the park without having to wait for a dining reservation or a seating area, or just being busy at the quick service. Number 3, if you do have an iPhone, this is more for you guys. There is an app called Maggie Park. Now Disneyland Paris does have its own app with maps, ride wait times, what characters are out, restaurant reservations. You can put your accommodation reservation in there as well. However, Maggie Park, I just found it was really useful. I actually found this from another YouTuber, her name's Brogan. She talks about it in one of her videos, and I used it on my last couple of trips to Disneyland Paris. It worked really well because it literally is just for the rides, and you can set a request, like if you don't want to wait more than 30 minutes, you can set a alert on your phone and it'll flash up when a ride is at that wait time. So Thunder Mountain, for example, maybe it's an hour, and it will be red on your screen and then amber or green depending on the wait times, and then it will alert you when the times have gone down, so you can kind of use that app in the park as well. So I found it really handy, made the most of our times on getting on the rides instead of queuing. Number 4, if you are going, definitely research food and restaurants you might want to do. Some of the sit down meals do get booked in advance, and if you have booked, you can book dining reservations in advance. Some of the ones that are really hard to get are like Remy's Ratatouille, you've got Pim's Test Kitchen now, Captain Jack's I think it is. It's the one like that's inside Pirates of the Caribbean. I love it, it's a really great restaurant, it's a really good experience. It's pricey, and obviously the character dining is really hard to get as well. So if you are looking at doing a trip, if you're interested in what restaurants there are, look at the menus, look at what food you think you're going to like, and then definitely pre-book it, or at least pre-book one meal so you make sure you make the most of your trip. At Disneyland Paris, most people only go for a few days, you know, 2, 3, 4 nights. So if there's a restaurant that you want to try, or your kids, you know, you want to take them to the character, or an adult and you want to do the character meet and greet restaurants, definitely book them in advance. Number 5, so if you're staying on site at a Disney property, you do get extra magic hours. It's normally, I think it's an hour at Disneyland Paris still into both parks, the Walt Disney Studios and the Disneyland Park, but not all the rides are open. So again, most of the big ones like Tower of Terror, Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Peter Pan's Flight, and some of the smaller ones like the Slinky Dog ride in Disneyland Paris, RC Racer, Dumbo, they are all kind of open, but some of the other rides might not be open, like Haunted Mansion or anything in Avengers Campus might not be open, so I don't want you going rushing there. Oh, Crush's Coaster is open, that's always a really long wait, so you don't want to rush there and then find out the ride isn't open. You might as well go and try to get on the rides that are open, or the other way around, you could go and wait at the rides that aren't open, so you're first in the queue to get on wait maybe one of your favourite rides of the day. Fun fact about Disneyland Paris, on the 31st of May 1995, Space Mountain did open. In my opinion, it's the best Space Mountain out of Florida, California and Paris, especially now it's Hyperspace Mountain. But on the 3rd of June 1995, Elton John took time out of his tour to go and perform in Disneyland Paris outside of Space Mountain to sort of commemorate it, and he sang a whole concert, and there was 40,000 visitors at the time, and he sang to them. So yeah, what a great experience. So thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.